from Silverhaired Gaming, back with another episode of Galactic Quest, and outside here with a lovely jumping pig and a whole mix of animals. They keep falling off the mountain face there into those pens, so at some point I'm going to have to build a roof for those pens, but it's not high on my list since I'm not really... the only thing I really need out of there is leather, but yeah, so... Let's take a look at the improvements I've made. I've done, well, a couple of things, including talk about I was going to make the reactor a lot bigger, which I did. I also replaced all my ladders with something called elevator blocks from Open Blocks, which is actually really easy to make. It's just wool surrounded by an ender eye. Now that I have ender crops growing, I can make all the ones I want. So let's show you this. You can see you can make them any different color you want. I made them in black, and I'll show you why. You just surround, any colored wool with that ender pearl, and they're really neat. All you do is hit jump, whoosh, and you hit shift to go down. So up a level, down a level, up a level, down a level, up a level. See, quick, easy, swoosh, in and out. So big changes back here. I actually decorated so it doesn't just look like I dug it out of a hole, which I did, of course. I used chisel, made all different kinds of blocks to make it look nice back here. So prepare yourself. Are you ready? Here we go. What? Oh, it looks like home now. Look at that. I've got marble walls. I haven't done the ceiling, so forgive me for that. Surrounded this because this is energy. Of course, it's right by the door. So this is dangerous. Lava. So we have factory blocks warning us to be careful. It's hot over here. Someday I might have to move this, but I don't know if I'm going to. Closed off. I haven't closed off the chest completely yet because I have to continue with the sorting system for right now. I'm going to keep it open so I can adjust this if I need to. Now the big thing is, everybody sees the gigantic reactor now, and here's an elevator that comes down. I made a 7x7 with a. There's 9. Let me turn my jetpack on, and I'll show you. It's got 9. Here we go. 9 control rods, so 9 fuel banks on the top of it going all the way down. And it's a 7x7x7 block. So pretty cool. Ouch, I just fell. I have to turn my jetpack off again. And you'll see it's on, but it's not turned on. It's not running. And the reason why is because I have it set up so as soon as it gets anywhere above 99% full, it turns itself off. That way I'm not wasting any fuel or anything like that. The way I did that is with these 2 reactor redstone ports, and what you can do is that you can make them do whatever you want. In this port, I have it change the control rod insertion. When the redstone signal is turned on, there is no insertion, so it'll run. When the redstone signal is triggered, they go all the way down and they turn it off. And the reason I did that because the other one is set to power. Once the redstone signal will become active while below 99%. So once it reaches a certain level, it'll turn itself back on again. So I'll show you a couple things I'm going to do. I'm going to make some add-ons for this. So here's the reactor power tap. I've got some ender conduit, and I built another battery. I moved the power monitor over here because this is going to be my big battery. This bank of batteries, and rather than making the highest tier, I just made a bunch of the middle tier. So together, this will hold 40 million RF. And you'll see why I needed something this big in a second. I forgot to go get my jetpack on. I got to go get my conduit, and we're going to hook it up, and we're going to turn it on. I'm going to show you how awesome this looks. Let's see, I made some of the high-end conduit, I think. Oh, maybe I didn't. Huh. Did I put it in here? Nope. Well, I might have to make some high-end conduit. That's item... Oh, no, here. No, that's the enhanced. Did I forget to make it? Oh, here it is. Ender energy output, so it'll carry 20,480 RF per tick on it, which is the highest tier I can grab for Ender IO. So here's what we're gonna do. Boom. So we're gonna wire this up to the battery. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So it's hooked up. And you see it's already drawing all the power out of the buffer because I hooked it up. It's filling really, really quickly. You see how fast that power bar is going up? It's crazy. So what that means is, because this level dropped below 99%, it turned the core back on again, and now it's making power. You see how hot it is. Now this is an okay setup. The important thing is the reason I put all those atomic cores, or not atomic cores, what do they call them? Oh shoot, I'm already forgetting the name. Pardon my forgetful old mind. The fuel rods. I put 9 fuel rods, and they're all next to each other. And what that does, that allows it to run more efficiently. The fuel reactivity, how heavily irradiated the core is, higher levels of radiation reduce fuel burnup. So I put them all next to each other. That does increase the radioactivity inside, but it makes it burn less fuel. So the fuel rate right now is 0.31. It's fluctuating about 3134 on average. It looks like millibuckets per tick. So I'm burning through, less fuel as it goes around. Now I do have plenty of fuel, but so you can see here, it's just going to continue to go down, and it will empty, and this will stay on until, wow, this thing is almost full. Holy crap. So you see that just in this time, me jabbering on, I've almost already got 40 million RF in here. How crazy is that? That's how fast. You see it makes 14,900 and some odd per tick at its peak. And this is going to, let's watch it. This is going to fill up, and once it fills up, you'll see these cores start to drop. So this way, I don't have to really constantly look at this when I'm using things. I can just let it do its thing, and when I need power, it'll turn itself on and give me a lot of power really, really fast. I could really tinker with this to no end with the control rod settings, but I'm not an expert at this mod. I know enough to be dangerous, let's put it that way. So, see, it instantly, as soon as it went above 99%, it turned, the control rods went down, turning the cores off, and they're shutting themselves down. And I will eventually generate no RF per tick as this completely cools. So that's awesome. I love it. So one of the things I want to do today is, these are the reactor access ports. What this allows us to do is add more fuel in this port, and it will automatically export waste out of this port, but it needs to go somewhere. So I'm going to make, what did I do with my, you know what, I should just build one out here again. I must have moved it when I built all this and forgot to put it back. So we're going to make just regular chests. I shouldn't need to upgrade them yet. And I'm going to grab some item conduits from Ender.io. These can go back. Still got some of these, thank goodness. I just realized I'm not on full screen. Behind the scenes, guys, you get to see me change it to full screen because I forgot to do that. There we go. That looks much better. I was wondering why it looks so cramped on my monitor. Alright. So, let's put one chest here, one chest there. And then we're going to hook a conduit up to it, a conduit up to it. And what we want to do is that we want this conduit, there we go, to extract into here. So this needs to not extract, but this needs to insert. There we go. And receive from this block and go into this block. And then this will come out of here, and I need to make this insert. So when it spits out waste, the waste will automatically enter this chest. So I'm going to go fill this with Yellorite, and as it needs more fuel, it'll go into here. So let's see. Inlet mode, which is already set to. Now, why isn't it going in there? It should. Let's eject all the fuel. And I don't know why it's not drawing it. Active without signal. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I had to turn the redstone signal off. So now, anytime this drops, it'll add another ingot to it. And on this side, let me make sure I turn the redstone signal off this one to extract. And insert here, and there we go. So let's see, as soon it'll spit out on this end. See the arrows pointing in are input, the blue arrows pointing out are output. So as soon as it produces that cyanite waste I talked about, it'll spit it out into this chest and it'll collect it in here. So all I need to do is periodically come by here and put some more fuel. In fact, what I'm going to do right now, while I got time, so I'm going to grab some Yellorite ore, and we're going to go ahead and triple a stack, and we'll just fill that bucket up, that chest up, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Bing, and we'll let our machines chew on that for a little bit. Now, one of the other things I need to do is, well, for now, I can let these machines run off this system still, because, see, it's not losing power. So this original setup of mine is going to be enough to run my machines. Now, if I had them all running at the same time, I might run into a problem. But for right now, it's going to be enough. If I have to, I'll just add it, to my nuclear reactor setup, because this backs up into my Jeffries tubes. Am I not on the block? Oh, there we go. So I have it turned off so it doesn't connect to that bank capacitor, but I can just automatically enable this conduit to attach to this battery, and all my other, my planning stations and everything else can run off that same power. But for right now, they're just running off that original magmatic dynamo setup that I've got. Now, one of the things I need to do is, you see, I took the digital miner away, and what I need to do is, because I want to be able to use that digital miner wirelessly. Now that I have enough power to run it at full tilt wherever I want, and there's going to be two machines I want. Well, actually, I can probably do it with one, but I'll have to make multiple copies of it. And what it's called is a Tesseract. I think I mentioned this in a prior video. And what a Tesseract is it's a machine. I'll hold shift for details. It says, unified point in space-time, can transfer items, fluids, and RF. So what that means is that I can wirelessly transfer anything, items, fluids, or power between 2 points anywhere. It'll even go between dimensions. So when I go to these other planets, no problem. I can always use the power source I have back on Earth to power everything. So I can have multiple of these in whatever point. And what I can do is that you can put multiple frequencies on there and tell it what it wants to do at those individual points. So we're going to make a couple. Well, we're going to see as many as we can make. So the recipe. So I need a Tesseract frame. Actually, this is what I need. Okay, so Enderium ingots, fused ore, it'll take hardened glass, and a diamond in the middle. So you see they're expensive, but I'm at a point now where I can start making stuff without it too much. Now, the Enderium ingots, this is why I made some of those other machines for thermal expansion. Because the way to make it, there's a couple ways to make it. Enderium base, pyrotheum dust, and this, but that's kind of a pain. There's one I thought, oh wait, maybe it's in, no, that's not it. Alright, well maybe I do have to make it in the induction smelter. That's the other way to make it. So pyrotheum dust. Now this requires blaze, which I have plenty of because I have it in my farms. Redstone, no problem, I have farm, and coal, no problem, I have farm. Sulfur dust. This is the one where I need to. Whoops. Look at me. I'm a mess. Oh, by the way, I can make armor and other things out of this Enderium ingot, so I may make enough to make some more later. So. Thermal expansion. Oh, I can grow it? Ooh, I might have to make a sulfur multiple crops. But if I put it in a pulverizer, you see that it's a byproduct of certain things. It's even 15% byproduct of netherrack and coal and quartz. Induction smelter. So if I use an induction smelter, it's a byproduct of an induction smelter. A sag mill. It's a byproduct of a sag mill. So what I might do, because I need the blaze powder anyways, I need the blaze power to make the pyrotheum dust anyway, so the sulfur I have a 50% chance. Now one of the things that's good about the sag mill is this little item in here. If I add a certain element to it, like flint, dark ball steel, or is that the only two? Dark ball steel, yeah. It'll increase my output of the secondary items. So the main output will be increased by 150%, the bonus output 200%. So it'll kind of guarantee me extra. So I'm going to make some dark steel balls because I think I already have some dark steel made, and we're going to use that to make my blaze powder extraction even more efficient. Let's see. So 5 equals 5. Okay, so I need, let's see, how much dark steel do I have? Oh, alright, well I have a decent amount right now, so we're going to start with what I do have. So off the bat, I can make 30 dark steel balls, so that's pretty cool. So let's go down to the farm, let's grab as much blaze essence as I have, And we're just going to process a bunch of this stuff. Essence of Fire, Blaze Essence. We'll go ahead and grab 2 stacks. It'll be way more than I need, most likely. But we're going to go with it. Bink. Whoa! I'm going to turn my jetpack off. No. Wrong button. F, there we go. Because every time I go through the elevator with the jetpack on, when I come out the top, I just shoot up in the air. Alright. So, this should be... Or is it just a circle? See? I don't remember. It's just a circle. 24. Alright, so it doesn't make nearly as much as I thought it would. So there we go. 48. So, in the sag mill, I want to add these Darksteel balls to it. And I'm going to process the blaze rod. Oh, and I added the capacitor upgrades to it to make it run a lot faster. Okay, so this is going to work perfect. I'm going to get enough. Let's empty this out. Lots of blaze powder. And I need some redstone, which I've got plenty of still. I haven't even needed what I have farmed down in the farms yet. Put this in this bag. Chugging away. Look at all that. I'm getting tons of blaze powder out of this. And a good bit of sulfur, so I'm going to be able to make plenty of pyrotheum dust. Let's take a look here. What else did I need? Enderium blend. Okay, and this is where I need resonant ender buckets, platinum dust, pulverized shiny metal, silver, and tin. So I have plenty of tin, plenty of silver. Now, shiny metal is a byproduct of... Another byproduct of something else. I can't remember what it is. Oh, I can find the ore. That's one way to do it. What is this? Platinum grains. Enrichment chamber. So I have to find platinum dust. Oh my gracious. I thought there was another way to make it. Oh, that's right. It's a byproduct of ferrous ore as well. That's what I was looking for. Now, will this do ferrous? Yes. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use that dark ball steel and process some ferrous ore and hopefully get enough shiny metal ore to get what I need. Look at it. Oh, it doesn't eat up as much of that as I thought it did. So these dark steel balls are going to go a lot farther than I expected. All right, let's grab some ferrous ore. And I still have plenty of this. I'm just going to do it all because the only other thing I need ferrous ore for is Invar. So it's going to be more beneficial to me here processing this to get shiny metal than it is for the ferrous itself. So I'll have ferrous ore coming out my tuchus. Oh, come on. I need some shiny metal. There we go. Pulverized shiny metal. So we're going to get some out of this at least. 3. Yeah, that's good. I need to pulverize some coal too. I have some coal in here. So I'll do that in here. But I want to turn this off because I don't want it to leave here. Okay, good. So we're getting there. Alright. And it's making me cobblestone too. It's the last thing I need. I can get cobblestone anywhere! That's why I used it originally early on for decoration. Just because it's plentiful. So I didn't need to... I don't need it for anything else. Although there are a couple of things I can do with it, which I might get into. I don't know yet. Chug, 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 chug. Chugging through. Chugging through. Alright, this moves so much slower than, or so much faster than it originally did. It's a good thing. This thing's moving. See, now, I used to think this was fast, and it was. It used to be quick, but now it's not fast at all. So let's get this. I'm going to switch it. We're going to go ahead and process it in here. Because you know what? It goes so much quicker. So I either need to add an augmentation to that thermal expansion pulverizer, or I need to do something else. And this was another way to get sulfur, besides just the blaze rods. So I'll have even more sulfur than I need. So we're going to make a bunch of this stuff. Now, the pulver, I also needed tin dust and silver dust. So, tin and silver, that's what I forgot to grab. And of course I have plenty of these. And I believe it was 2 tin and 1 silver for each one. Is that right? Let's see. So I'm going to run all this through the sag mill. So since I took the time to make the Darksteel balls, we're going to just do everything through the sag mill. Because you know what? I've got it here. Because I'll get an extra byproduct out of all this. I'll get extra iron out of it. Love the sag mill. This thing's the greatest thing. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So it'll chew through this. Now, I think I can make my... yes, should be able to make my pyrotheum dust, which was half of the Enderium block. So, this was blaze. So, do I have enough? Let's see. Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever use this much, but you know what? If I only make it once, that's fine. Now, why didn't that work? Oh, I put the ferrous in there. I need the sulfur. Hey, so I got 2 stacks of pyrotheum dust. Yay! We'll put that in here for now. This is done with that. I got pulverized tin, so now I need to put the silver in there. Now the bucket of ender. The bucket of ender is what I needed the magma crucible and the fluid transposer for. And what this does is that the magma crucible takes things and it melts it down into fluids. And then you can move it into the fluid transposer, which takes those fluids and pumps it out. So you see right here, it still has 100 buckets of destabilized redstone that I used for something else. I don't even remember what it was. It's just been sitting in there. So I need to get it out of there. Let's see. If I just make a bucket. I wish there was a way to eject it. Is there a way to eject it out of here? Let me get a bucket and see if I can just fill a bucket partially. I should have a bucket around here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So let's see if I can get rid of what's left. So I'm actually going to need to put more redstone in here so I can fill it to empty the whole thing. Alright, so if I have 100, I need 1,000, so I need 9 more redstone. Let's see. Is that right? Yeah, okay, so 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think, if I did that right, once this fills up enough, it should fill that bucket up. Yep, there we go. Alright, so now I have a bucket of destabilized redstone, which I can use for a couple things. I can actually use it as a coolant in the in there, which might be what I had it originally for. What's in there now is liquid ender, which is what I'm about to make. So I still have some ender pearls in here. So that's what I'm going to start with. And we're going to melt some ender, or ender eyes, ender pearls, excuse me. And they're going to go in here. So I need more buckets. More buckets. So, let's see, is this done? Yep. And I'm going to take some of the iron I got. We're going to smelt that so I can make some more buckets. Just cause. Oh, and look at that, my Yellorium is done. Alright, this will be finished shortly. Boom. Here we go, so let's make a couple buckets. Boom, boom. 3 buckets. Okay. By now, this should be enough. It's enough for 4 buckets, actually. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm starting to run out. Now, one of the careful things with Resident Ender buckets, don't pour it out in front of you, because what'll happen is, and I had to be careful when I built the big reactor, because what'll happen is, if I pour this on the floor and I step into it, there's a chance of it automatically warping you somewhere else, which is just, well, it's not great, if I'm honest, because it can throw you pretty much anywhere, and you don't know, especially if there's a lot of it. It can spit you out in even more random places than you can imagine. So I don't even know. It may even send you to different dimensions. I'm not sure. So, okay. Enderium blend. Where was I? So I needed Do tin, silver, and platinum. So, let's see. Silver, where's my tin? I'm only going to be able to make 14, but we're going to put... There's 4. Oops. There's 4 more. There's 4 more. So this is going to be enough to make me a couple of Tesseracts. So now I need my Triothium in the induction smelter. And this works similar to the alloy smelter. So I'm going to put this in here and this in here. And this is going to make me my Enderium ingots. Woo! Now, what else did I need? Enderium ingots and the fused quartz. I think I still have some fused quartz. So let's take a peek here in the Ender IO. That's quite clear glass. Let's see. Huh. I thought I had more left over. Well, apparently not. So I need... Was it just... What was it? Oh, it was quartz. That's right. Quartz. Because I know I don't have any hardened... Alright, let's just do a whole stack. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, I was making some. Oh, that's right. I needed to process it to make the glass. For the reactor casing. Yep, that's why. So here we go. That works. This thing's still going. Alright. So, 12 Enderium ingots. And I need 4 for each Tesseract. So I'm going to need... What is that? So I can make 3 of these right off the bat. And I'll need 3 diamonds to go in the middle. 1, 2, 3. And I'll work on making more Enderium ingots, because I'm sure I'll need them for something else eventually. Okay. And this is... I think I have enough of these. So, let's make a Tesseract, shall we? Or at least a Tesseract frame, pardon me. Because once I make this frame, I'm going to then need to fill it again with Ender. With Ender fluid. So, yeah. So we had this. Diamonds in the middle. And let's see, was there any... There is some left in here, so let's see. I don't know how much I need to fill a single one. Oh, it goes slow. What did I start with? So 1,000, so it's probably only enough to fill one of these. But I'll show you how it works. And that way the video doesn't run too awful long. So come on, fill up. Fill up. Boom. Tesseract frame full. So, this is a Tesseract. Welcome to the Tesseract. Welcome to this world. So what I can do is, and I think I can just stick it to this. Alright. No? Maybe that doesn't work. Come back here, you. Oh, I didn't put my backpack back. Let's see. I haven't got any more waste yet, but it's still... Let's see, it's probably turned off. Yep, the buffer's full, so it's not running. And whatever it is running off of is just draining it very, very slowly. It's probably that conduit. Take some and leave some. Let's try this here. How come I can't read this? There's usually... Well, I'm going to figure this out. Am I forgetting something? Maybe I've forgotten something. Well, I'm going to figure out what I didn't do right with this Tesseract. Let's see. Do I still have to... No, that's for a facade. I guess I do have to cover it in, let's see, bronze and silver? Alright, well, let's cover it in bronze and silver. I didn't think I had to do that. I don't have any bronze, do I? Oh, lordy, I have to make more bronze. Okay, I'm back. I'm back because I finally made some, well, Tinker's Alloy, which is the same thing as bronze. It's the one thing I didn't realize I needed. Okay, so maybe this will finish it. See, they look the same to me, which is what confused me. Tesseract. Okay, now it's a Tesseract. So now let's hook it up to our machines here. There we go. Okay, see, it says currently inactive. But what I can do is I can create channels for this thing. So I'll make one channel power. We'll make it 99. And I can save it. And I'll add it. I can add another channel that would be items. and it'll be, I don't know, 0, 0. And I can add that one. And then I'll add another channel that's for fluids. And that'll be channel 50. Hopefully I can remember that. Alright, so what I can do is anytime I create a... anytime I create, and as you can see, you can make limitless channels based on what you're doing. I can also have it specifically receive or transmit both items, fluids, and energy. So these are completely customizable and configurable for whatever it is you're looking for. Plus, they look really, really cool. I can't say that enough. This looks like a void inside. So awesome. So I'll continue to make at least 2 more of these, and what I'll do is I'll show you how they work by placing it out in the overworld somewhere else with the digital miner. So I'll be able to not only power the digital miner, but extract all the items out of it at the same time using the same block, making things, again, so very efficient. And what I'll most likely do is put another one right over here, all extended out over here. So any items that come in will automatically get sorted through my chests. And then while that's doing its thing, I think it's time I get into applied energistics. So I can turn all of these chests into just a tiny little computer setup. And I'm not an expert at applied energistics. I've gone as far as to find the sky block I need, and I'll show you where that is. You see the sky stone off in the distance? I found it, and I dug a hole all the way out to it so I could harvest it and show you guys how it works. So yeah, we'll dig into that. We're not going to get super far into it because I am far from an expert at it, but I do want to use it for kind of its more simpler things. And you see I have even more Certus quartz in here that I mined up originally. So today we have turned on our big awesome reactor. Made 40,000 RF in what felt like 30 seconds, which may be the case, which tells me I'm really interested to test out and see just how much power output this thing can hold on to, because it looks like it's going to be perfect for my needs. It's going to be able to power everything. And this resource acquisition thing is, I know I feel like I keep saying this like I'm a broken record, but I'm having a lot of fun making all this stuff and showing you how it works. So we'll get into Galacticraft, I think, after applied energistics, and I still need to make some gear, and I'll show you some of the other stuff you're going to need, because you can't go to the moon and not have oxygen, because there is no oxygen on the moon. So there's some things I have to make. I have to be able to make oxygen tanks and things like that, and I'm going to build setups where I can build, probably make a space station that orbits the overworld, and I'll need a bunch of materials for that, and we'll see what how big I can make it. And there's new stuff in the 1.7.10 Galacticraft which I haven't used before. I've read that you can make some thrusters for the space station to give yourself artificial gravity. So we're gonna check all this out, and we're gonna figure it out together. We're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. So thanks for watching, guys. My jetpack. We're gonna hover. I'm just gonna sit here and hover as we say bye.